A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope video and audio are now clear. Sorry for that initial network glitch. I am just hoping, presumably, that the network is now well and good. After 7 hours of non-stop action today, we have our first semi-final, and it doesn't get any better than Hazard versus Ibra in the semi-finals. You can have it this one as a final, you can have it as a quarter-final, you can have it as a final of a big competition in Africa, you can have it as a big money match, but it does no harm having it in a semi-final of a 32-man competition that is going on today here at the new Amigos Pool Arena in Kampala, where two of Uganda's finest players are out to prove it against each other, most especially in the absence of Caesar, because the trio of the three, Hazard, Caesar and Ibra, in whatever the order, are considered by many, either officially or unofficially, as the best players in the country of Uganda. Now that Caesar is out, these ones seemingly have to tussle it out for bragging rights in the absence of the guy that is out in Morocco in the North African adventure in Heibel and International 80 rules, where he will possibly be having matches tomorrow, but that is not the topic today. It is Ibra who is trailing 1-0 against Hazard in a race to 5 for a place in the final of today's 32-man competition here at the new Amigos Pool Arena. Welcome to the stream. At this point, I would have wished to be streaming more than one match at the same time. There is Vicky versus Rukia in the ladies' semi-finals. I cannot place my triple D anywhere where that game is, but good enough. In a peripheral vision, you can probably see that match. The background of your screen, it is 1-1, but the main center of attraction is where Hazard is trying to make it 2 against Ibra in a race that is as short as 5 for a place in tonight's final. Winner of this match will be taking on the winner of the other match between Kenneth Odong and whoever won between Lawrence Sengonge and Yahya Mpindi. I think it was Lawrence. Actually, it is Yahya, another very young boy, I think 13 if not 14 years of age, and yet he is in a semi-final of an open comp that has the majority of Uganda's best players. And before the match grows so old, as we close in on 200 people watching, and yet only less than 10 have liked so far, please make it a point to like. Please like. Liking takes less than 1 second. The advantage of liking is not is simply for YouTube to recommend this video to other viewers like yourself, such that if they are interested, they to watch. It is not commercial at all, but it is good as a publicity stunt for the sport. Please do like. What is commercial for the streamer in myself is if you watch the ads that do play before this video is played. Sometimes they do come in the middle of the action, especially when you are not watching live. But when you're live, that ad 1 or 2, which takes 10 or 15 seconds, is played before this video is played. That is the only thing that you can do for the streamer. But for liking, it is only and only for publicity purposes. Hazard Lokoma, the guy that is nicknamed the Truth, once again on the black for the second time in the match against Ibra. It is long since he won a competition. Of course, of late he has not been so common playing in tournaments. He has not been so consistent, not just in performance but also in active participation. He's taking on a guy who is his very good friend, but that will not mean anything. He plays to win as much as Ibra plays to win. It is 2-0 and it is Hazard in the lead, and it is a rest of 5. Whenever Simon, you are saying that you once watched an ad for 12 minutes, I appreciate you, but I wouldn't blame you now if you don't watch it. There are some ads which are quite stubborn, by the way. 12 minutes is not 12 minutes on whose data. But those that do play for 10-15 seconds, please do watch that one. When you do it, you are doing it for myself. It is how I can get the transport and the accommodation for the next comp. Otherwise, on my own, this thing that I'm doing for you, you can't believe what I go through. Is quite expensive and enduring. Innocent Mabrain is asking if it is your network. That is, yes, I think it's your network, because I am watching the same video on another phone somewhere at the venue, and it is looking pretty good and clear. Its only problem is that the lights are a little bit so close to the table. That's why you have that kind of reflection. No, not reflection, it's direct rays at the top of the video. But generally, the playing area and players' faces and fans' faces are very clear, and there is no shake-up at all. I am Makama Smith. Thank you for watching. You are from Kiboga and you are watching your man Ibra, whom you are supporting. Thank you. My friend Innocent Kule, manager of the game, a leader of the game from the Central District of Mitiana in Uganda. Send my greetings to coordinator Sally. Bill Biz, thank you for watching. Good evening to you. You enjoyed the Rashida versus Rita match? Yes, that one was a good one. Rashida will be playing in the quarterfinals. Okay, that was the player asking someone to help them clean the white ball, and it was a necessary cleanup because there was a little shake of the white ball when it was resting. There was some dirt particle on it. There is no equipment, the one that is used in, like in the Joy Haber World Tour, to have the white ball exactly where it was before the action. What was used was a piece of chalk to mark the point where the white ball was. Then it was moved and cleaned and then replaced. Yeah, I'm just trying to give you a feel of exactly whatever is happening at the venue. Also, special thanks to the management of this venue. Fortunately, they've accepted to almost throughout the course of the tournament have muted the sound. They're not playing music. Sometimes it's too risky for these streams. Precious Mokote You're asking when Caesar and Dog City are returning. They have a lot of business this side, but they still have more business to do in Morocco. So give them the benefit of maximum 1 more week, maximum. They have many matches this weekend. They have the African Haber Championships still to play. John Change, my brother. Yes, it's rest to 5. Chitaka Alvin. Thank you for watching. Simon Onoba. You say you always... Yes, you commented on this one on some social WhatsApp platform that the match between Caesar and Eden, you watch it every weekend. Part 3. Part 3, I think, was the second match that happened at Mchana in Nairobi. Also that one, Caesar 121-20. Very entertaining match. But for me, the one that I love watching the most actually is the first. That was won by Eden. Both players had their game on, but one of them had to lose by decider. And the others, yes, they were very entertaining, but sometimes there are so many mistakes. These ones were perfect clearances, and it's one of the best performances I have ever seen from Eden. He was able to beat Caesar, even when Caesar was at his best. And then how he won 4 games in a row, using one visit of the table to take it to the decider and then win even that decider. The discussion in this one is not Eden, the discussion is Hazard and Ibra. 2-0. There was that match that happened between Hazard and Ibra at Dice Lounge earlier this year. It's the biggest humiliation I've ever seen of Ibra. After seeing him, by the way, all of his career, I've never seen him beaten 11-1. It was the first round of a 16-man creme de la creme comp at Dice Lounge, also in Kampala. By the way, the view of this tournament gives me a total feel of the Grand Mchana Open. Because last year we played at blackboard tables which had blackboard tablecloths. But when I see the live streams from Mchana Pool Club YouTube channel nowadays, the tablecloths are blue. I've been speaking to the organizers of the Mchana Open today. Yes, there has been a reservation of streaming facilities only for 4 people. I thank God I am one of them. That is Mchana Pool Club Facebook page, Mchana Pool Club YouTube channel, Q Pixels photography by Francis Mokekwe, and Break and Finish Live, this one. Yes, I have God to thank for such recognition in competitions like that. Of course, passion comes number one. Such recognitions always come as an added advantage. Ibrahim Sejamba, the guy whom I nicknamed the Little Magician, but the guy who calls himself the Killer, on a mission to win a first, but the bigger mission is to get to 5 first before Hazard does. To try and find himself in a final, which if he gets there, he will probably be favorite to give himself chance for the first time ever in his career to win 2 consecutive tournaments in exactly 2 days. It is now 2-1, still Hazard in the lead. Dennis, why are you laughing, Dennis? You are not good, eh? Simon Onoba. Yes, someone is asking about Caesar and Dog City. They have many matches which you have seen being publicized tomorrow. James Kasumba, you want a highlight of what people whom you call foreigners want to participate in the whole Hayball African Championships? Okay. For me, I want to tell you the truth. While I wouldn't feel happy that someone like Chris Merding is called African Hayball Champion, it doesn't make sense for me. But again, when you open up competition, it's a global village. The same way, these players like frequenting to neighboring Kenya, Tanzania, and playing in tournaments there. Sometimes they come out winners. I've seen Eden winning comps in Zimbabwe. I've seen Jerry winning comps in Zimbabwe. It's a global game. The world is now a village. Sometimes we are too selfish. Of course, I am as African as yourself. I have that feeling in me that why is someone from Europe coming to risk some African money to be taken away? But yes, that is the game. Of course, when they come, when they are bigger stature players, they come with the publicity and attraction that they always come with, and it is something that is also added to the game. And believe you me, the game between Chris Smalling and Caesar, yes, I think it was something for Caesar to add to his career, playing a match with Chris Smalling, because I want to tell you that I talked to him sometime, a little time before he got to board his flight to Morocco, and yes, he went away from here saying that he fancies to have a match with Chris Smalling on a small table. So when he gets that match, I think it's a plus to the tournament and to the player himself, irrespective of what the results of that action will be. I'm just going to be taking a minute or two to try maybe and change the microphone. There is music now that is starting to be played. Please tell me if you can hear it very loudly. If you can hear it very inaudibly, it could be fine, but if it is very loud from where you are watching, please tell me such that I do something about it. Maybe even mute this audio or try to get a noise filtering microphone for the rest of the match, maybe on the rest of the tournament. Those of you who are just joining the stream, Ibrahim Sejemba is down 2-1 against Lokoma Hazard in the first semi-final of this ongoing 32-man competition. The tournament is still ongoing on 4 tables. The ladies, by the way, are playing the quarterfinals. I feel that it's a shame that I'm not streaming any of them. The beauty is that it seems Ibra and Caesar are playing, Ibra and Hazard are playing fast enough for me to catch at least one of those quarterfinals. Rukia is taking on Vicky, Jacinta is taking on Nina, and Amina Faith Nganda is taking on Sharon. On 3 other tables thereafter, we shall have semi-finals. There's only one player that is awaiting a match in the semi-finals who has already qualified. That is Rashida, and she will be taking on the winner between Vicky and Rukia. And if Rukia wins that match, which you can watch, by the way, in the background of the screen of the stream, then it will be an all sisters semi-final. Thank you, Precious Mokote. You are saying the music is now low. Of course, they have lowered it even here at the venue. You are watching Ugandan Pool Plus. I am really dreaming to have a battle between these two, a long race. They are so friendly for the good of the game. Some of the rivalries that are in the game are only good for the sport in general. Who doesn't enjoy between the rivalry between Hazard and Caesar, the rivalry between Ibra and Caesar? Hazard and Kasozi, that is his biggest rival, by the way. He just shoots these balls as if he wants to break them apart and then break his opponent apart when his opponent is Kasozi Joseph Hazard. But I do respect his talent a lot. His off-the-table antics, your guess is as good as mine. Some of you enjoy them, some of them not so much. That's how he gets his fans. That's how he doesn't get some of them. That is normal in any game. He is clad in one of his favorite attire, which has his name and his tough-looking face as a picture, a big one in front, and I think even at the back, just written Hazard, and then behind the truth. He calls himself the truth. He likes to say that all other players are lies. And every time he gets to win a tournament, he reminds us that now you have seen the truth. The truth has played. The truth has won. You know who the truth is? You know whom a lie is. Where is this white going? That one is a little stroke of luck. Before I would call it a little stroke of genius. Someone tell me what the result has been of that money match between Sakala and Maluva. I don't know. I've not gotten a chance to watch on Francis Mkoko's Kipixel's photography page. Kalumba Soul. You say Hazard can break? Yes, he has a lot of power. He's up against the Black for the third time in this match and simply sinks it in to make it 3-1 in his favor in a rest of 5 this time. Not against a rival at all, against his great friend, but who is right now an opponent. He's trying to stop Ibra from making it 2 tournaments out of 2 in 2 days, something that he will have achieved for the first time. Not so common for us to have a tournament involving pretty much the same players for 2 days in a row. But yes, that is a situation we are faced with. Maybe fatigue can come into 1 or 2 of these players at some point during the game. Maybe you can see even in the performance that Hazard is a more rested player than Ibra. That won't matter. Ibra needs to win 4 games out of the remaining 5 or else exit the tournament before the final. Thank you for the update, Moses Maloza. You say that Maluva won 15-10. Maluva, by the way, always tells me that he's not happy for the fact that he gets little game time in Zimbabwe. I don't know why you guys don't play him so much. And I do respect a lot of Zimbabwean players. They can take him down. Yes, they can. Just that he has a little bit more skill and technique. Thank you for watching. Johanna Gomez, you're always watching. Malawi Trends and Lyrics, thank you for the update. You're asking how Sakala won against Ibra needs to be investigated. Yes, Sakala did win a money match against Ibra. How he won most especially. And I don't want to make any excuses for Ibra, with due respect to Sakala, but the influence of the fans. Ibra doesn't know how to play against a big group of fans all chanting against him. He just doesn't know how to. I even had to make some investigation myself from his loved ones, his close ones. He just knows how to be loved. These things of chanting against him, they augur so bad for him, and he can hardly perform when he has a crowd singing against him. And that's what exactly was happening in that money match against Sakala, because he led, if I'm not mistaken, 11-4 in a race to 15, and he ended up losing 15-14. That is so strange of a player of Ibra's level. After this one, then why not return to Facebook, by the way? Kasamba James, you're asking if some of the Billiards Cafe guys are using some of your players' names, or they'll be participating for sure. I know there is contact between the organizers of the upcoming double elimination competition at Billiards Cafe and some of these players, and even a person like myself. Yes, we are in talks. Yes, so Ibra will be participating at Billiards Cafe. Caesar will, Dog City will, Joseph Kasoze will. For others, I'm not so sure that they will, much as they showed their interest to participate. Of course, they are still working around the clock. I've seen a computer having talks with his management on making the trip. Ibrahim Kayanja does want, but his manager is actually not in the country, and he's lost in communication. So very unlikely that you'll be seeing the real machine at Billiards Cafe once again, and he will be a big miss in that one. The only thing I'm not so contented about Billiards Cafe is that they never provide a separate category for ladies, and they always miss out. And I shout out to the organizers of the Queen's Sports Club Double Elimination Annual Competition, because it has a separate entity. For the ladies, I remember Zambia's Juju, the girl that is called the Man, winning that event last year. If it happens this year, there is a good chance that you may see 1 or 2, maybe 1, maybe 2 of these ladies that you are seeing today. And anyone who participates, if there is no South African, will be an overwhelming favorite to come back victorious. And with due respect to all the other ladies in contention, Etiang Simon Peter Thank you for watching. Dennis supporting Victoria Namayanja. That table in the background, I don't know the scores, but I've seen Rukia potting a ball, by the way. The game that you are watching has Hazard, the truth, leading 3-1 against the killer in Ibrahim Sejemba in a race to 5 for a place in the final. And you can see who is bypassing in the background. No comment. Maybe Kasumba James will do comment. Eric Performance, thank you for watching. Alphonse. Rukia 2 and Vicky 1. There is a match also going on between Nina and Jacinta, so far away from me that I can hardly establish what the scores of that one are. But the difference in quality between Nina and Jacinta is so big that I would by 90% assume that she will be winning that match. But by 100%, I know that Ibra has pulled another one back and he's down only by 1. It is 3 for Hazard and right now 2 for Ibra. No player has been breaking as better as Hazard today. And that is very worrying for a shooter that good to be having a break that big in a tournament at this stage against a player with such quality. This one is a seeming green apple in the making. Most especially when the guy attempting it is a guy of Hazard's quality. The problem ball is that yellow ball which is entangled between two reds near that center pocket on the left. Other than that, it should be a formality of a clearance by the truth. Crucial shot, this one. He did too much English. I think he wanted to draw the white ball backwards to open up that yellow ball, which I said is entangled between two Ibra's reds. And he ended up getting the shot all wrong and ended up putting himself at huge risk of surrendering his lead as long as Ibra can perfect this clearance of this red game. Hazard knows. The fans at the venue who are in a few hundreds know. The fans online who are way in more hundreds do know that this game is most likely a successful attempt by Ibra to at least make it 3-all. To put the match even, to put more respect on his name, to make the scoreline a little bit more respectable, and to hang this game in a balance once again. Remember that Ibra did invite all of Ugandan players in many matches, and he has played 4 matches so far. Only that his management team exempted Hazard because they, in a way, have the same club management team at club level. And I know that you are watching this match. Mr. Zach Idiro, manager of Roxbury, full club manager of those of these players at club level and at individual level, the guy that manages and sponsors and funds Ibra in all his activities as a player, and most importantly as a person behind the curtain, the guy that is responsible for the resumption of Ibra to full fitness as a player, to be entertaining us to this level, something that he was a shadow of for most of the early parts of this year, to the effect that it is now 3-all in a rest of 5. We saw how Hazard did make that break in the previous game, which was a very good break, which he came to pour cold water on by playing poorly. And yet Ibra has a chance. Once again, most of the time, his performances in matches and tournaments is almost determined by the break. When the break is on, sometimes he's a little unplayable. That's why this shot is so important. Could be the last time that he is breaking. It could be, depending on how the next game goes. He gets to put both red and yellow, but yet also the black ball. A void break it is, meaning that he gets to break again with 1 visit. And no scores so far. Now this is the mathematics involved in this match. There are 2 games left if we are to play the entire length of the race, and Ibra must win both of them, or else wait to play the 3rd place match between the loser of the match between Kenneth Odong and Yahaya Mpindi. Trying to win 2 games is not a very difficult thing. Trying to win them in a semi-final is something else. Trying to win them against Hazard is something completely else. I'm hoping that you are watching from Dice Lounge. Manager or chairman Mark Mwazungu, Hazard's manager, very seldom gets time to watch full, but when it is Hazard, he must probably watches. Never seen him in the comment section, except for one time when he told me that he was watching. And I know for Hazard, he'll probably be watching, especially when it's Hazard versus Ibra. This is the most juicy of all the matches that we have gotten in this competition so far. And if you are to miss any, this is the one you can't miss. You would rather miss the final than miss this. Make sure you don't sleep off for the next 5 or 10 minutes. If Hazard can make this one over a clearance, then he will be home and dry in the final, where he will be overwhelming favorite against either Odong or Yahaya. If Ibra wins 2 games, he will too be the final, because this is the harder side of the chart that both of these players are coming from, trying to qualify for the final. Hazard does have that one problem here, the one that is closest to the red ball. He is looking at right now, near that center pocket on the left. Outside of that, potting the balls and maneuvering the white ball in between them should not be a problem. Well, he has been brilliant in this match. He at times got himself in trouble, especially that game that he was bound to win by break and finish. That should have been the 4th, the one that he gave out cheaply to Ibra to bring him back to this game, the one that made it 3-all. He will have himself to slap in the face if he doesn't win this match. Of course, there is money to win. There is pride at stake, but most importantly for these comps to test the readiness of these players ahead of even bigger events that are always coming up. For instance, so many of the comps that Caesar and Dog City did participate in last month and the other month were to get them ready for the African Hebo Championships and the Ultimate Pole events where they are right now. These guys also have big events coming up. They are expected to play in the grand final of Uganda's biggest competition, the car competition, the National Open Championship. They are also expected both at Billiards Cafe in Zambia next month on the 21st and the 22nd respectively. Tournament that has 100,000 kwacha for the winner, very good money. And more events of the sort. Grand Mchana Open Championship coming up on the 4th of December, where Ibra will be defending champion. That is a miss by Hazard that could be so costly, but most importantly for Ibra, a chance to return him back to the table, a chance to redeem himself, a chance to have a fighting opportunity to try and make his 2nd consecutive final in a 2nd consecutive day. Very important pot of a ball that Ibra has just made. Imagine how you can even keep yourself cool and calm when you know that the shot you are about to play, missing it, exits you from the tournament. And then he played it that well. Very cool, very calm, but most importantly, very mature. On the table. They are around the same exact age, these players, around the same exact age. Actually, Hazard is a year older. Last time I checked, he was 25, and that was at the very beginning of this year. I'm not so sure about his birthday, but most likely he's now 26. The game is becoming more clear for the little magician to try and make a clearance that will take this one to the decider, to the divider, to the wire. With all of you as witnesses at the venue and the online. A well watched match, well attended. Big concentration of fans and players alike at the venue while this tournament is happening right now on 4 tables all at the same time. Almost all who are involved as fans at the venue are having their eyes focused on this one table, the center table, for today's action. I want someone who's watching from Roxbury to tell me at your heart who you're supporting. Even if they were your children, both of them, there's one that you would love the most. Who are you supporting if you're watching from Roxbury? Single? You're saying Hazard is 40 years old? Not at all. Hazard is a very young man. Forget that big size. Those are, if I can share with you pictures of him in 2015, because he was already a player entertaining us. You can't believe there is that video of his that I shared it on the Peter Chewe Live TikTok account. A very beautiful clearance he did make when he made that tour of Kenya in 2015 or 16. He was such a very small boy compared to what he is today. He was a very young man. He was actually looking like some kind of Jackson Asiko, the way he is right now. Ibra will be right now to have his mind only on the black ball. And remember, at that top corner pocket where Ibra is just next to right now, there is some space between that yellow ball and the jaw of that pocket for Ibra to pass his black, either direct but most likely off the yellow. Ibra in attack. By the way, Rukia has beaten Vicky in the ladies quarter final. That means we are set for an all sisters semi-final in the ladies category. Not bad for a white. Maybe he will play very slow or very hard, bouncing it off the cushion the entire length of the table. It must bounce off enough. Will this be enough? Yes, I think it will be enough. That is top-notch shooting from the little magician. But he has to make it count only if he can pot this black ball directly. I am certain it cannot go in. Off the yellow, maybe, yes. At least to pot. But I think he has to be very slow such that after that yellow ball is displaced, when the black ball bounces off the cushion, it doesn't go a big distance, leaves it maybe frozen, maybe dead, just in case the black ball doesn't go in. But he will want to pot it off the cushion and off the yellow. Yes, he does only a little off the yellow. Yes, there was a little off the cushion. It is Ibra 4 and Hazard 4. We have a decider. And for whatever reason, it's as though Ibra is getting a 2-minute timeout. But we can be chatting in the comment section as he returns. Moses Maluza is asking how old Caesar Scorpion is. Caesar is younger than both of these guys. Khalil, but Shelo, you love Ibra, okay? Aki Singo is asking where Jonathan Ouma is. He didn't register to participate today. As simple. Winnie Kennedy, I know you're supporting Ibra. Good luck to you. Johanna Gomez, thank you for watching. Yes. Victor Gulani. You're saying Hazard looks 35. You're very funny. He's a very young man, and I am being very genuine with you. And yes, I have seen him all his career. He has this big body and big chest, and yeah, he's a ghetto boy also. A boxer. He does some gymming. He grew up in the ghettos of Kampala in Katwe. That is why he found himself being employed by one of his talents, deciding eventually to settle with the pool. But he's not he's a young man. He's still a young man. Medica Somba supporting Ibra. Thank you for watching. George William, you want me to stream the final on YouTube? I don't know. Whichever your wish is my command. Wesley Sunemugisha, thank you for watching. Tabo Motlang, Alostos, you say you don't like Ibra because of his snail speed. Well, for me, in my opinion, these guys are playing to win as long as they play within the rules. So black ball rules do permit them their 60 seconds to take between shots. As long as it is within the rules, for me, it is okay. What's important is not for them to entertain first, but first to try and win. And there Ibra returns. Thank you for watching. Frank Trevor. It was a Trevor meeting yesterday too at that very memorable tournament that was won by Ibra. Edu Powerboy, you are saying that sarcastically that Hazard doesn't look sober. You say he's alcoholic. By the way, his actual name, Hazard, is a nickname. It was just made to be pronounced in English. He's actually Azali, and he's a Muslim. And yes, he doesn't take alcohol. Take it from me. But I wouldn't bet my last dollar that he doesn't get beaten at all. So Alen Senjiva, you're saying Hazard must win tonight. You are shifting loyalty from a computer. Guys, only over 60 have liked. Please don't forget to like the video. Like the video, Calvin. Please like the video. Johanna, like the video. Lawrence Mosigiri, you are saying you like Caesar more than your family. That is very strange. It is wrong to like a non-family member more than your family. You just be a fan of any player. Don't prefer them to your family. It is not right in real life. Even in the religious books, it is not permitted. Guys, please like the video. Like I like to remind you, liking a video is only for YouTube to recommend that same video to be viewed by fellow YouTubers like yourself, such that the game is publicized as much as it possibly can. Most especially those videos that you normally like on YouTube, you normally watch on YouTube, which just pop up even when you don't follow their platform. It is because those who watched them were liking. That's why YouTube recommends them to you. So even this one, please like it, such that tomorrow and the other day, whatever these guys do on table gets the recognition from thousands of the sports lovers all over the world. We are having a decider here between arguably, and I'm just saying arguably, the two best players in this competition. They are facing off at the round of last 4. One of them is exiting this tournament in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. The other is progressing to the final to take on the winner between Yahaya Mpindi and Kenneth Odong. Every time that Hazard gets to pot a ball, every time he moves his white ball as good as he has, every time he wears this serious looking face, he is looking more likely to make the final. At least the final. A final where he will be a favorite to win, because he will be taking on either a young 13-year-old or a teammate in his of Kenneth Odong, with whom they share the Dice Lounge management structure. And yet at Dice Lounge, Hazard is the #1 player, both in terms of ability and the results against other players in money matches and tournaments like this one. One of Uganda's best players, without a shadow of a doubt, in Hazard Lokoma, the guy that has been winning so many comps this year, the guy that is so loved but also so hated by so many near and far because of what he does on table, but also of his off-table antics. He's taking down for the 3rd time this year one of his best friends in life in Ibrahim Sejemba. With that one visit clearance after the break, Hazard wins and makes it 5-4 and kisses the skies, maybe in appreciation to the Lord for the guidance and allowing him to make it to the final for yet another time. Final score: Lokoma Hazard 5, Ibrahim Sejemba 4.